Hello, thank you for joining me today. Today I'll be reviewing our graduate project for Text Information Systems, and we've titled it Yummy Opinion Advisor. First of all, I'd like to thank my team, Assad, Karun, and myself, Ron Swan. It was truly a collaborative effort as well as a global effort. Assad hails from Geneva, Switzerland. Karun is from Plano, Texas, and myself, I reside in Chicago, Illinois. So you're probably wondering why yummy? Well, everyone loves a nice meal and likes to avoid a poor one. And business proprietors would like to cut through the noise and get a general understanding of the overall sentiment surrounding their establishment. As well as Yelp provides a large, rich set of data by which to apply our trade. So our goals for this project were, first and foremost, to apply the concepts that we learned, and as well as to mine the data set. First, we cleaned and curated it. We produced topics, aspects, and then sentiments. And finally, we were able to develop a user interface for which we were able to show this off and facilitate the exploration of the data. This is an overall list of the large tasks that were broken down amongst the three of us. And now I'd like to show you the file structure, the notebook, and finally the web app. So here's the file structure. Here we have the stop words, the topic maps, and the topic lists. Our raw data set, and as you can see, it's very large, and I'll cover that more in a second. Our pickle files, which contain the word vectors as well as the models. Our process data, the source code for the web app, and finally the notebooks. As you can see, there are distinct notebooks for the individual tasks, which we rolled up into one large notebook, which we've titled Yummy NLP. And please pay special attention to these two files, as you'll need to use them to import the raw data into Mongo. Which leads me into the large data set. At the beginning, we tried working with CSV files, then we moved on to importing the JSON or mining that directly. And then after just reading and research, we saw that you were able to gain a 10 times performance gain by importing the JSON into Mongo and then mining it from Mongo. So you'll see here the instructions by which to do that. Now, one of the things we did is we tried to have fun and show various charts and graphs of the data, and there were a few that stood out with me that I'd like to share with you, and one of which is just the number of 5-star reviews relative to the other. There's a lot more 5-star reviews than there are, say, 1-star reviews. And this is just a breakdown by states that we sampled. We did not do the entire data set because we just didn't have the processing power to accomplish that in a reasonable time frame. And I do have to add, if you want to run this notebook on my i7 16 gigabytes laptop, it took about 2.5 hours. So the next chart I'm showing you here is the length of number of words per review. And as you can see, the 5-star reviews relative to the other ones, certainly the poor reviews, the 1-star, they're more chatty. They have more to say, which I believe follows the old adage, if you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all. And I think we've learned from our work that kind of plays out in the data. Now I'd like to move on to the web app, Yummy Opinion Advisor. Now to launch this, you'll just go to the command prompt and type in python app.py in the root. And I already have it running, as you can see here. Now, as I click Analyze, you can see it's cooking. In the background, it's, excuse me, it's loading the aspects, it is tokenizing the words, removing, it's doing the pre-processing, and then finally it'll apply the models. Here we go. So Barrow's Pizza is a super friendly staff and great pizza. So as you can see, the overall review from the data is 5. We've calculated a 3, and we've divided amongst different aspects or topics. So based on food, we gave it a 4, and you can see it's in green, which means that's good. Anything 3 and below will be red. Anything above 3 is in green for good. And one other aspect that we've done, we allow a user to put in their own review and then review it. So I've gone ahead and gone to Yelp and looked at a popular steak restaurant in Chicago called Gibson's. As you can see, it's a 5-star review. So let's analyze this. Okay. And here we have more aspects to work with. Food. The food was tasty and delicious. Scored 5. This one I think it kind of punted on. My sister and my husband have left to the Rush Street. The restaurant's located on Rush Street, so I think it kind of punted on this and obviously miscalculated because I believe the service played out positively in the review. You can see the main topic was tasty food. Food and the environment were positive, and there were no negatives. Now, the inverse of this, another restaurant, which I won't name, and I've already gone ahead and run this one. Now, this is a negative review, so you can see the colors in red. And they had a lot to say. And you can see they scored poorly in most of the aspects, with the exception of food. And the first sentence is, we didn't complain about the food. The food was very good. So the program called that out as being positive. And you can see that the service and reservation were what upset this customer. And if you read through the review, you'll see that that plays out. So this concludes our presentation today, and I'd like to thank you for your time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You'll find our emails in the README file for the program, which you'll find on GitLab.